Matthew Bowling's first individual 400-meter race of the season was a masterclass in sprinting. He burst out of the blocks very aggressively, going through the first 100 meters in an extremely fast time of 10.68 seconds. This is a textbook start to the race, as he maximizes the use of his anaerobic lactic energy system. This energy system provides instant fuel for high-intensity activity without causing lactic acid buildup or fatigue. It lasts around 7 seconds. For this reason, the first 70 meters of the race are considered free energy. Knowing this, athletes try to get up to speed as quickly as possible in order to cover the maximum distance before the free energy window closes, thus taking advantage of this limited opportunity. However, theory doesn't always match up with practice. Let's see how it plays out in reality. As Matthew comes onto the backstretch, he eases off significantly and covers the following 50 meters in 5.04 seconds, which is in line with optimal race strategy supported by the majority of top quarter-milers, including Michael Johnson and Wade Van Niekerk. However, 150 meters into the race, Matthew's pace begins to slow down as he completes the next 50 meters in 5.4 seconds, reaching the halfway point with a commanding lead. It's worth noting that almost 3 months earlier, Matthew Bowling participated in a 4x4 relay, running his leg in 43.8 seconds, with the split times for the halves of 20.6 and 23.2 seconds. Since a running start in a relay gives about half a second advantage over starting out of the blocks, a comparison of his 200-meter splits shows that he has a very similar pace in both races. But as the outdoor season gains momentum, he should be able to complete the remaining 200 meters even faster. Unfortunately, Matthew begins to struggle on the second turn, and his deceleration becomes increasingly obvious, yet he comes onto the home stretch in the lead. But does he have anything left in the tank? Apparently not. As he gets closer to the finish line, he fades with each stride, almost switching to race walking, and ultimately comes home in second place with a time of 45.58 seconds. Surprisingly, despite using what is considered an optimal pacing strategy that involved aggressive acceleration and relaxing on the backstretch, he ran the second half of the race 1.26 seconds slower than in the relay. This indicates that the supposed optimal pacing is actually far from perfect, as many other athletes who use this tactic also run the second 200 meters much slower compared to their relay times. Moreover, the notion of free energy in sprinting is a myth. Those who created this myth view sprinting as if it were a rocket launch, where saving fuel is unnecessary because some stages will detach from the rest of the rocket at a certain time, whether they have expended their fuel or not. On the contrary, the human body functions as a unified system, and the energy conserved during acceleration can be effectively utilized in the later stages of the race. Otherwise, marathons would start with an all-out sprint. While it is true that a sprinter's body doesn't fatigue when performing at maximum intensity within the first several seconds, it will inevitably fatigue at a much faster rate later on. Therefore, getting out of the blocks too aggressively will cause greater fatigue and lower finishing speed. No wonder that the fastest relay legs in history began with a very relaxed start. Surprisingly, many runners don't realize the tremendous energy required for the initial acceleration and its critical impact on the rest of the race. Yet they unknowingly conserve a lot of energy by taking a very relaxed start in a relay due to the critical deceleration of their teammates. That's why a lot of athletes run more than 1 second faster in the relay than in the open 400 meters. Usually, the top 400-meter performers show a difference of no more than half a second. And that's how it should be if you use the same acceleration in every race. However, there are dozens of sprinters who run 43 seconds in the relay but hardly break 45 seconds in an open 400 meters. Imagine how many sprinters would join the sub-44 club if they only reconsidered their starting acceleration.